In Michigan, Republican politicians pulled one of the scummiest political tricks I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of scummy political tricks. So there were a bunch of popular issues that were going to be put on the ballot. So the GOP, what they did is they voted on these issues, they passed them, but they passed them for the sole reason that, okay, now they're not going to be on the ballot. So quick, let's pass these things. Then they're not on the ballot. They're not directly implemented by the people. And the reason they did that was, hey, now we can come back after the midterm elections and we can repeal the stuff that we just passed. And that is exactly what they did. One of the scummiest tricks I've ever seen. So I have an update on this. Here's what Raw Story says. Republicans in the Michigan legislature executed a devious power grab to prevent voters from putting a referendum on the ballot, raising the minimum wage and guaranteeing paid sick leave. They passed the measures as regular bills so that they couldn't appear on the ballot, then passed more laws rolling it back after the election was safely over. The move has inspired outrage, but according to one lawmaker, State Senator Rick Jones, it was necessary to override the will of the people for one reason, quote, what we had was a ballot initiative, and we're responsible for looking at it, and we can within 40 days take it up and vote on it, Jones said. Well, we did that. Then that allows us to change it a little bit if we need to, and we felt we needed to keep people working. Jones seems to believe that the sick leave law would result in businesses cutting back worker hours or replacing workers with machines. And this is a frequent line of Republicans and industry groups. However, studies have shown that virtually none of the cities or states that have mandated paid sick leave in the United States saw any rise in unemployment. So do you get this? Here's what he did. Passed it to get it off the ballot, repealed it, and then he turns around and says, well, I mean, come on, we had to do this because we have to keep people working. You have to keep people working. Did you know every other developed country on Earth has paid vacation time by law? Did you know that? You probably didn't. You want to know why you probably didn't hear it? Because they try to hide that from you. Corporate media never talks about it. Certainly Republican politicians never talk about it. And even Democratic politicians, often the overwhelming majority of the Democratic politicians never talk about this. Paid vacation time by law. Now, that's one of those things that in the context of the U.S., you may say, hey, that sounds radical. Nothing could be further from the truth. The laws we have on the books right now are radical. Having no paid vacation time by law, that's radical. That's very radical. In many European countries, you basically get a full month off paid. So every other developed country has this. Are they all facing a crisis of employment? Is that what's happening? Have the machines totally taken over in Australia? Have they totally taken over in Sweden? Is that what's happening? No. That is a bullshit line fed to this moron by his donors, and he just parrots it without thinking. They're telling you, I refuse to even if you democratically vote to put in on the ballot 2 weeks paid vacation time by law, I don't think you should be allowed 2 weeks paid vacation time. I am against you getting 2 weeks paid vacation time. That's the Republican position is, fuck your paid vacation time, you get none of it, and you should be happy about it. Even to the point of, if you're about to do it, I'll do some weird tricky shit and take away your vacation. And then I'll lecture you about working afterwards. We got to keep people working. Well, that's what we got to do. I mean, this shit is getting scary close to indentured servitude or slavery type shit. Like, shut the fuck up, get to work, I don't care, 2 weeks paid vacation, go fuck yourself, no 2 weeks paid vacation. So they want you to work all the time, never get paid vacation time, and shut the fuck up and take it. And they're lecturing you about work in the process. How many days of the year do they work? Politicians, generally speaking, work way less than regular folks. I mean, that's just what it is. Sure, maybe teachers compete with them because they get the summer break, but, I mean, is this a joke? Are you kidding me? These guys don't work hardly at all. And he's lecturing you about work. I've had enough with these scumbags, man, and these corrupt idiots. I've had enough. There should be a national movement in this country. We got to add it to our list of stuff that are no-brainers that we need to push for. I want to hear every Democratic politician talk about, fuck a 2-week paid vacation. At least 3 weeks paid vacation. At least 3 weeks paid vacation. That should be a Democratic position, and it should be referenced just like Bernie does all the time when talking about Medicare for all and how every other country has a single-payer system. You say the same shit with paid vacation time by law, because it's true. Every other country has it. Every other developed country has it. And the Republicans are on the record as being against it, and they want to lecture you in the process as they take it away from you. And they do these terrible, gross tricks about, oh, let's pass it so we can repeal it and get it off the ballot. That's what their party stands for. I'm not saying the Democrats are good, because they're not. We have to make them be good. But this is what the Republicans stand for. The Republicans stand for taking away just a tiny amount. Can I have a tiny amount of time off paid by law, please? Just a little bit. No, fuck you. Get to work, and let me lecture you about it.